This is sort of a part 2 of the last episode, Leon Gets Evicted. I had so much material, I pushed a lot to this episode to concentrate on Leon and cleaning and rearranging his aquarium, and documenting his growth since coming to live with me. In this episode, we'll do more of a follow-up on the progress of the 125-gallon aquarium, on Jet and the other rescue cats, and look into the unexpected passing of one of Leon's friends here. We'll also explore an old abandoned Olympic-sized swimming pool and park. I'll put that at the end so you can skip it if you're not into that sort of thing. Speaking of side adventures, here's a cool update on the geocache I stumbled across a couple of episodes ago. Apparently, geocachers have some sort of secret society, and they have maps and logs and locations, organized stuff. A brilliant geocacher and Leon viewer messaged me, and when she managed to pick enough information out of me, she pulled up the exact geocache I found. It is old. It was originally placed in September of 2012, so it's been out there 11 years. Apparently it was first found in May of 2016, so it sat for 4 years undiscovered. Then it was found again in January of 2017, and has sat another 6 years until I stumbled across it. This definitely explains the condition of the box and the contents. Since the old mountain road is now closed and damaged, it may be a long time before it's found again. Leon seems to be enjoying the new arrangement. He's been busy digging his trench along the back of the aquarium again like he had it before, and he seems to enjoy the new open space of just sand on the right. The 3 little crabs and glass shrimp are all doing great and have settled in well to the coral rock tunnels on the left. My son is moving his mad lab, the jellyfish warehouse, to a new facility, so I drove up for a day to do some heavy lifting with him. I always enjoy seeing what he has going on in there. Back at my own house, the 125-gallon experimental aquarium is doing great overall. A few of the crabs that appeared in here are growing fast. Here's one of them. The tunicates or sea squirts are thriving too. Little polyps or hydroids are showing up everywhere. It's been a few months since I poured the bags of beach debris in here, and I'm still seeing tiny new crabs appear too. I wanted to be sure the 2 hermit crabs have plenty of choices in shells, so I ordered a couple of extra shells through the mail. The glass shrimp checked them out right away. Then the 2 hermit crabs come over and check the new store-bought shells out. They switch in and out of them a few times, like trying on some new clothes at the store. A few viewers have asked if these hermit crabs need land or a beach to climb up on. These are aquatic hermit crabs, or marine hermit crabs, and they live their entire lives in salt water. They're not the type of hermit crabs you see at the pet store. I believe this is the porcelain crab we found in an earlier episode. And this tiny crab has made a safe home out of one of the old shells one of the hermit crabs vacated. Aquariums get messy fast, not just the water quality, but all over the glass, the filters, all the surfaces. Obviously, organic debris just gums everything up. It's sticky and constantly growing and spreading. I know a few beginner koi friends, for instance, have tried to use sand filters from swimming pools to filter their ponds with, and it just doesn't work because the organics gum the fine sand up so quickly. Same in an aquarium. On this aquarium right now, I'm just using 2 large hanging filters. They provide great mechanical filtration and flow for this setup right now. This aquarium is 125 gallons. It's very lightly stocked, no fish or finicky live coral, and it has a huge amount of crushed coral as the base, and a huge glass back wall that never gets cleaned. So that all handles the biofiltration very well for the small amount of creatures living in here right now. I work around the anemone best I can, trying my best not to scrape them off. This is an experimental aquarium, so I want to see how much of the aquarium they cover on their own. I also have a set feeding routine and amount for this aquarium, so there will likely come a point where they won't continue to spread because there just won't be enough food to support huge colonies. Keeping an aquarium can be such a good learning lesson on how Mother Nature works. When conditions are right and ideal, life thrives. When conditions become bad, like with an overcrowded aquarium, then things die off until the conditions, food, oxygen, water quality, become ideal again. Then the remaining organisms in there thrive again and start reproducing again. After the front and side glass are cleaned, I vacuum the crushed coral bottom. This is the first time I've done this since the aquarium was set up here. I didn't want to risk sucking out any of the tiny life that might be developing in here from the beach debris. It's been a few months now, so anything that was hatching and developing would be showing itself by now. I think. I hope. Yeah, I always check the buckets before I toss the old water out. I wash the filter elements in this old water so I don't shock and kill the good bacteria living on them. I'm glad to see the filter sponges on this aquarium aren't super dirty. I feed mostly fresh food, which helps a whole lot, but it also tells me the aquarium system itself is breaking down a lot of the debris, which is good. Obviously, by suctioning the crushed coral at the bottom of the aquarium, I'm getting a lot of the debris that's settled into the gravel, and I'm also suctioning off the very worst water in the aquarium. Then the filters are put back together. Salt is mixed with reverse osmosis water. The salinity is checked. And the aquarium is flowing again. And this aquarium is cleaned and has a good water change. Now it's feeding time. Some of these little crabs have become really tame already. Some of the others, not so much. Okay, this was a weird situation, and I'm still mulling it all over. The larger hermit crab moved back into one of the older whelk shells, and I noticed this shell perched on top of it. And the hermit crab is really still, not moving. Normally its eyes and antennae are moving constantly. So I thought it might be getting ready to molt again. Then the next morning I found this. The hermit crab out of its shell and officially dead. The real dead, not another molt. All the other crabs, glass shrimp and other creatures are doing great in this aquarium. So it was not likely from water quality issues or parasites. It could have died of old age. These 2 hermit crabs snuck in here in what I thought were empty whelk shells, so I have no way of knowing how old it was. These are likely striped hermit crabs. Based on the body size, it looks full grown. It could have been attacked by other crabs while it was changing shells. It could have been attacked while breeding. Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. And what's the significance of the clamshell on top? Is it a clue? I'm obviously going to keep a close watch on everything, though, and I'm going to keep a close eye on the other hermit crab to see if it's carrying eggs. That might help solve this mystery. If you have some thoughts, definitely share them with us in the comments. The fact that it's the only thing in here that's died, and that everything else is thriving, makes it a bit of a mystery. It's full-on winter here now. Bare trees, cold, and too many gray days for my taste. I try to put some food out for the birds every day. What I don't understand is how birds know that there's more food out there. Is it that one bird discovers it and then the other birds see that bird eating, so it becomes a big social scene? Or does one bird sound the alarm and say, "Hey, y'all, that dude put some more seeds out"? Jet caught a gecko in the house. Okay, actually the cat's got some new toys and a new cat tree. So we all have a play party and put this thing together. Leo handles quality control. Baxter and Bunny handle the cardboard box chores. Leon joins the party on video conference. Leo saves us from another rabid gecko. Keeping these cats entertained and giving them places to go when they want to be alone, like cat trees, are a couple of the secrets of success when you have a lot of cats. Though Jet is missing a leg, he shows the other cats he can climb to the top too. Jet is a real friendly, fun, and enjoyable cat. He has that personality. He's normal in every way, minus the back leg. He doesn't let only having 3 legs stop him from going anywhere he wants to go in the house. If his sister goes, he goes too. Life dealt Jet a condition or a situation, and it's permanent. So he just moves on and makes the best of it. I have no idea where Sydney got her fancy, very fashionable scarf from. This is what she looked like when we rescued her. And their brother Bunny is as laid back as he can be. This is what he looked like when I first trapped him from the woods. And now, he is the definition of cool cat. It's interesting too how very different he is from his 2 siblings. In body shape, in color, and fur type. What do you cat people think? A different dad? Or just a very different genetic draw? Back at the Woods house, their feral mama cat seems to be doing well. When I'm there, I give her wet food and dry food both, and she always devours the wet food first. It's so easy to tell by her demeanor here in this video that she is very feral. Unfortunately, she's eating like a feral cat too. So I wonder if it'll be possible to tame her. Here you can see in her coat and her fur that she's looking pretty healthy overall. All the rescue cats here also have their own Instagram page. It's Kitties of Leon. Recently there, the kittens asked followers to come up with a name for their feral mom. Several great suggestions were made. So the names were put into a mug and Jet reached in and picked out a name. He chose Freya, which translate to noble lady, goddess of fertility, love, and beauty. Though fortunately, as a feral cat now, her fertile days are behind her. I like walking around this house and just randomly seeing cats lounging around and doing their cat thing. Okay, well, I don't like walking around the house and finding plants all torn up. I'll never find out who did this. They keep their secrets to themselves. Jet's one back leg. Of course I have to touch it. I saw this lobster in the seafood market the other day, just about to molt. I wonder if the market employees came in the next morning and thought a lobster had died when they found the empty shell. Obviously, I wanted to take this one home too. Back at home, Leon is happy, and that makes me happy too. I still haven't seen the fourth crab, the tiniest crab in here yet. It may still be in here hiding though. I did spot this little monster hiding in this hole though. Too funny. Scary. And I'm happy everything in the 125-gallon aquarium is doing well also. I hate the loss of the hermit crab, and we'll keep looking into what might have happened there. Meanwhile, the remaining hermit crab comes over to eat. These anemone are truly fascinating, watching them change their appearance throughout the day, and watching them eat. If you want to wear some Leon and share some Leon love in your world, go to leonthelobster.myshopify.com. Jet the Rescue Kitten now has his own t-shirts and mugs too, so check those out if you've been following Jet's progress. leonthelobster.myshopify.com is the only place you can get authentic Leon merch, which helps keep Leon fed and provides the aquarium supplies he needs, as well as supplies for Jet and the other rescue cats, and supplies for the 125-gallon rescue aquarium. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and share it with other friends you think might like meeting Leon and following his journey. Back in late summer before the leaves turn, for an adventure, I went looking for an old abandoned theme park with an Olympic-sized swimming pool that I used to hang out at as a teenager. I can see the water tower now, and there's the swimming pool. This park was owned and operated by a huge textile mill company that had an amazing presence in the South. But unfortunately in 1989, Hurricane Hugo came 180 miles inland and destroyed massive sections of North and South Carolina with sustained 80-mile-per-hour winds. This park was in the direct path, unfortunately, and with the fact that the textile industry was moving overseas, the company that owned it decided not to renovate it or reopen it. Look at the massive growth here. Mother Nature doesn't wait for any of us. It's sat here basically untouched since then. I found it from the air, so then I hit the woods to get a close look. Big old power pole, so I must be getting close. Here's the big water tank we saw from the sky. And here it is, the pool. This is the old diving tower. It was seriously intimidating when I was a kid. Piles of old spray cans from the graffiti artists over the years. If you see any offensive graffiti here, just ignore it. I've been to a lot of abandoned places, but the graffiti here is some of the nastiest and most hateful I've seen. More vandal spray than art. Have you ever been totally by yourself, but for some reason you feel like you're not alone? Like maybe you're being watched by somebody? I was getting that feeling, but I looked around, I didn't see anybody. Must have just been my imagination. This was the pump and filter room, and these were windows where you could watch people hit the water from the high dives. I have no doubt many a 1980s bathing suit malfunction was seen from here. This was the old skating rink, not much left at all. One day when I was a teenager, my best friend and I decided to sneak in to swim because we wanted to save our allowance for the game room. Our plan was to park over by the lake at a boat dock and swim across the cove and sneak up through the woods and just pop into the pool. We would already be wet from swimming across, so nobody would know. The swim across the lake was a lot further than we thought, though, so maybe it wasn't the smartest plan. And I'm sure it's now on my permanent record. You've done some stuff like that too growing up. I know you have. These were the old showers and dressing rooms and concession stands. These were the kiddie pools, where the water is always warm and yellow. More dressing rooms and showers. And the coolest graffiti I saw here. Awesome Super Mario reference. If I was rich, I'd buy this place and make it Leon's next aquarium upgrade. Imagine the possibilities. And the old putt-putt course. And of course, the final hole, where as soon as you made it, the ball would disappear. We'll see you soon.